Important current affairs. Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore to undock from International Space Station today. Tomorrow they are going to reach Earth. They are going to reach Florida coast. And from zero gravity, now they are entering into gravity today. There might be many differences and changes in their health conditions. They have to undergo a lot of exercises and practice. And the entire universe, particularly people from America and various countries, they are ready to welcome them to the earth, as we are actually worrying about them from the last 9 months. Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore. We have seen yesterday Sunita Williams' picture also. She became very lean, thin, and their health condition is also very important when they land on Earth. So Sunita Williams and Butch Wilmore, we are waiting to see them. Coming back, the other interesting news is the Telangana Legislative Assembly passed 2 key bills. Particularly, one bill is enhancing backward classes reservation to 42% in education and employment, and for seats to BCs in rural and urban local bodies to 42%. Based on the empirical data collected through an extensive community survey conducted during November 2024 to February 2025. During the debate on the bills, CM Revanth Reddy announced withdrawing a bill passed by the Assembly in April 2017 during the BRS rule for enhancing BC reservation to 37%, that of SCs to 15% and STs to 10%. The Chief Minister now announced increasing of BC reservation to 42%. And the other bills are related to SC/ST reservation also. Particularly with respect to BC reservation, it went up to 42% in Telangana. So this is a good news for all the BCs in Telangana. Next important news that is coming up is from India-America relations. India and America are proactively engaged in boosting trade between the two countries, our Commerce Secretary Sunil Batwal said. India and America are proactively engaging, particularly India is proactively engaging with America and discussing mutually beneficial issues which can increase the trade between the two countries. As we all know, our Commerce Minister Mr. Piyush Goyal also went to America to discuss about trade and tariffs, and particularly right now in India we have a concern with respect to American imposition of tariffs and retaliatory tariffs issues. So India is now wanted to have a better discussions with America with respect to trade and tariffs. And the government officials are also talking about the framework of Mission 500, which aims at increasing trade between the two countries. Presently, the two countries' trade is around $200 billion. We are going to enhance it to $500 billion. Presently, the trade between India and America is $200 billion, and we are going to enhance it to $500 billion. And the Commerce Secretary of India declined to comment on the specific issues of tariffs on premium electric cars from America, particularly those manufactured by Elon Musk's Tesla. But India is now offering a special scheme to promote manufacturing of electric passenger cars, which offers a lower customs duty of 15% to a manufacturer setting up production facility in India. It was notified in March 2024. So India is trying to promote good trade with America. We are aiming at Mission 500, that is enhancing India's bilateral trade with America from $200 billion to $500 billion. This is an important news that is coming up in India-America relations. Coming to next IR news, India and New Zealand relations. New Zealand Prime Minister Mr. Christopher Luxon was in 5-day visit to India. He came to visit particularly Raisina Dialogue as a chief guest. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and New Zealand Prime Minister Christopher Luxon met at New Delhi yesterday, and they wanted to strengthen and institutionalize defense and maritime cooperation, and reminded New Zealand's Prime Minister Mr. Christopher Luxon that the two countries had fought global terrorism. India believed in development and not in expansionism, the Prime Minister of India said. And coming to the other interesting things, India and New Zealand They have collaboration in joint exercises, training and port visits, industry collaborations. Our navies are working together in Combined Task Force 150 for maritime security in the Indian Ocean. And Prime Minister Modi ji announced that the two countries would celebrate a century of sporting relationship in 2026. And India and New Zealand are in talks with respect to free trade agreement. India and New Zealand, now they are in talks with respect to free trade agreement. So this is an interesting news, and both are fighting against terrorism, as even New Zealand is also facing terror attacks, as New Zealand is also facing terror threats and attacks right now. India and New Zealand are working against terrorism. Modi also had a concern with respect to pro-Khalistani activities in New Zealand. And next important news is about India's goods trade deficit were down to a 42-month low of $14.05 billion as imports of gold, silver and crude dipped in February. And India's gold and silver imports were at $2.7 billion, which was the lowest since June 2024. As for crude and petroleum, imports were at $11.89 billion, which was low since July 2023. Overall, India's goods trade deficit is 42-month low. So this is a news which should be taken into consideration. Next important news, our Defense Minister Mr. Rajnath Singh met American Director of National Intelligence Tulsi Gabbard, and he wanted America to declare the Khalistani separatist group Sikhs for Justice as a terrorist organization. He requested Tulsi Gabbard to declare Sikhs for Justice as a terrorist organization. The Sikhs for Justice is headed by Guru Patwant Singh Pannun. Rajnath Singh said, "We discussed a wide range of issues which include defense and information sharing, aiming to further deepen India-US partnership." Our Defense Minister, Mr. Rajnath Singh, conveyed that Sikhs for Justice was involved in terrorist activities and is supported by Pakistan's ISI, Inter-Services Intelligence. Mr. Rajnath Singh asked the America to act against them and declare Sikhs for Justice as a terrorist organization. And also declare Mr. Pannu as an individual terrorist, and also requested to declare Mr. Pannu as an individual terrorist. This is a news that is coming up from India-America intelligence and other relationship. Coming back. Curfew has been imposed in Manipur's Kuki-dominated Churchandapur district after the leader of Hamar tribe organization was trashed by unknown people, leading to a huge protest by members of Hamar tribes. Trouble began when Hamar INPU General Secretary Richard Hamar's vehicle has been almost attacked, which led to an altercation on the road. And now there was a violence in Churchandapur district, and curfew was imposed in the Churchandapur district in Manipur. Coming to the other important news, there was a violence in Nagpur. Violence broke out in Maharashtra's Nagpur on March 17th, following rumors that a holy book was burned during a protest by a right-wing group demanding the removal of Aurangzeb's tomb. A curfew has been enforced in several parts of Nagpur under section 163 of Bharatiya Nagarika Suraksha Samhita. The curfew applies to the jurisdiction of various police stations at Nagpur. Tensions rise over the Sangh Parivar's organization demand to remove Mughal Emperor's Aurangzeb tomb. They wanted to remove the Aurangzeb's tomb from Aurangabad and particularly from Maharashtra. So there's a wide-scale violence in Nagpur, and curfew was imposed in Nagpur. And more importantly, recently yesterday there's a news that a holy book was burned in the area. So violence suddenly erupted. Curfew was imposed. So this is a big issue that is coming up, and the issue is being politicized. Even that we need to understand. Israel begins extensive strikes on Gaza. Almost 100 people got killed, including civilians. See, Israel's stand is simple. I don't want to spare anything with respect to Hamas, Hezbollah and Houthis. Israel very strong, and Israel is now using disproportionate force. And Houthis promised retaliation. This is a very big issue that is going on between Houthis and America also. So now Israel is using disproportionate force on Gaza. Already Gaza was completely crippled. Even then, Israel is not leaving Gaza. And next important news is all about James Webb Telescope. You all know that. America have a very good telescope earlier called Hubble Telescope. Now it was replaced by James Webb Telescope. James Webb Telescope have released direct carbon dioxide photos. Earlier we used to have those photos using indirect method of reflection and refraction. Now James Webb Telescope have released direct CO2 photos from HR 8799 planetary system, which is 130 light years away from the Earth, which is around 130 light years away from the Earth. So James Webb Telescope is very, very important. Earlier, we used to, from America, they used to have Hubble Telescope. The pictures released by James Webb Telescope are far more advanced than Hubble Telescope. Hubble Telescope used to release pictures using different indirect methods. Now James Webb is using direct methods, and directly CO2 carbon dioxide photos were released from HR 799 planetary system, which is around 130 light years away from the Earth. This is an interesting news that is coming up from James Webb Telescope. Coming to Prime Minister Modi ji, he recently joined Donald Trump's social media platform Truth Social. Our Prime Minister Modi ji have recently joined Donald Trump's social media platform Truth Social. He said, delighted to be on Truth Social. Looking forward to interact with all passionate voices and have meaningful conversations. And the first picture posted by Modi ji on Truth Social was with Donald Trump. I think it's a very big meeting. I think Howdy Modi, or I think it is Howdy Modi in America, Houston. So very beautiful picture that was posted by Narendra Modi ji along with Donald Trump. That was a picture that was very, very interesting. Coming to the other important news. Donald Trump calls April 2nd as a liberating day as reciprocal tariffs set to take effect. American President Donald Trump has said that he doesn't plan to create exceptions for steel and aluminum tariffs and announced that reciprocal and sectoral specific tariffs on American trade partners will be applied from April 2nd. April 2nd is a liberating day for America, Trump said. He also said that America is getting back the wealth that very, very foolish presidents gave away because they had no clue what they were doing. Donald Trump had repeatedly said that he doesn't plan to exempt any country from his trade sanctions. Donald Trump explained that America imposes charges on other countries and in return those countries charge the America. And Trump imposed 20% tariff on China and a 25% levy on steel and aluminum. The 25% tariffs on goods from Canada and Mexico were suspended on March 6th. Finally, Donald Trump said April 2nd is a liberating day for America. The Supreme Court of India have remarked that use of elephants in festivals is a part of India's culture. A bench of Justice B.V. Nagaratna and Satish Chandra Sharma was hearing a petition filed by NGO Vishwa Gaja Seva Samiti, which challenged a judgment of the Kerala High Court on January 13th on the treatment of captive elephants in religious festivals. The petitioner and NGO, represented by senior advocates, urged the Supreme Court to re-evaluate all the impractical directions and biased observations made by Kerala High Court. And the Supreme Court said yesterday that participation of elephants in the festivals in India is a part of Indian culture. So this is an interesting statement given by the Supreme Court of India. Let's see how the final judgment will come out. India witnessed a significant boost of foreign travel arrivals, FTAs, foreign travel arrivals in 2023, recording a 47.90 increase compared to the previous year. According to the data released by Bureau of Immigration, Union Ministry for Culture and Tourism revealed the figures in Lok Sabha. The country welcomed 9.52 million foreign tourists in 2023, reflecting a reboost and recovery to the Indian economy after pandemic. Of this, 4.40 million arrivals were for leisure, holiday and recreation. registering an impressive 86.96 growth over 2022. Foreign tourists visiting India for business and professional reasons are around 0.98 million, marking 49% increase from the previous year. So overall, in 2023, foreign tourist arrivals increased by leaps and bounds. Is a good sign for India. It's a very good sign for India. Okay, coming back, Peru declared emergency as crimes waves grips capital. Peruvian government declared emergency in the capital Lima, while it also deployed soldiers to the streets to help to silence a recent surge of violence that claimed the lives of popular singer. The death of prominent Cuban musician Paul Flores on Sunday, that is on March 16th, provoked popular outrage after the bus he was traveling came into fire from unknown armed assailants. Paul Flores, a famous singer, died after he was shot, according to the Peruvian police. The crimes, including extortion and also other crimes, led to violence in Peru, and finally Peruvian president declared state of emergency in Peru. A 30-day state of emergency was declared in Peru capital Lima as well as neighboring provinces near Lima. So there was a state of emergency in Lima, Peru capital, in Peru country. So these are the important news for today.
కాంపిటేటివ్ ఎగ్జామ్ సంబంధించి ప్రత్యేకంగా సివిల్ సర్వీసెస్ ఎగ్జామ్ సంబంధించి ఏ ఆప్షన్ చూస్ చేసుకోవాలి, ప్రిపరేషన్ ఎప్పుడు స్టార్ట్ చేయాలి, ఏ బుక్స్ రిఫర్ చేయాలి, ఇలాంటి డౌట్స్ ఉంటే CSBIS అకాడమీని కాంటాక్ట్ అవ్వచ్చు. దీనికి సంబంధించి నా పర్సనల్ అపాయింట్మెంట్ ఈ వీడియో పైన డిస్ప్లే అవుతున్న కాంటాక్ట్ నెంబర్కి ఫోన్ చేసి తీసుకోవచ్చు.